Good morning, Miracle Swingers. I am super duper fired up because I am going to bring you the best of my research that I've done over the last 8 months on the over-the-top Miracle Swing. So I'm going to be traveling to Mexico City for the next week with my beloved America. We're going to have an amazing time down there. So I wanted to do this list. Now, guys, there are so many people that I've shown have an inside over-the-top golf swing. The honorable mention list is insane. Guys like Arnold Palmer, Gary Player, Miguel Angel Jimenez. It just goes on and on. I mean, I could name, my gosh, Bernhard Langer, Mike Austin, Kyle Berkshire, Tom Watson, Jackie Burke. I mean, it's crazy, okay? So if you want to learn more about this, go to myswingevolution.com and pick up the over-the-top Miracle Swing. It's such a simple swing. It's the easiest way to hit a golf ball solid. Now, an even better idea is to sign up for MSC TV. It's just $8.33 a month if you sign up for a whole year, and you get the over-the-top Miracle Swing, plus the Hogan Code, plus my fitness, and all of my ongoing updates on the Miracle Swing, plus my short game secrets. So that's the best deal you can get. The next over-the-top Miracle Swing Intensive is October 29th and 30th. Email me, Christo, at myswingevolution.com if you'd like to come out and learn the over-the-top Miracle Swing in person. Now let's get into today's video, which is number 4, John Daly. All right, guys, let's look at one of the greatest swings in history, John Daly. Woo! Oh my gosh, it is so good. Now, the thing about John Daly's golf swing is he is a classic golf swing. That's what my swing evolution is all about. So if we go back here and take a look at these swings, we're going to notice that John Daly's going to lift that lead heel. That's the first thing about the classic swing that people need to understand is we have to be able to coil. So here we see John take it deep to the inside so he can really open his hips and shoulders. Then when he plants that lead heel, then he's able to just crush it. Now, I describe John Daly as having easy power. That's what it's all about. Now, this iron swing, we're going to notice he has a very strong grip. But again, the easy power is obvious because he turns into that right hip just like Hogan. He doesn't slide off the ball. It's all coil. But there's so much lag, and he just drops it down on the back of the ball. And I never really feel like John Daly is straining too hard. I love it when he makes these smooth swings. Now let's take a look at this swing. It looks like he's got maybe a gap wedge or a 54 to me. But look at this as he comes down into impact. He has so much forward shaft lean. This wedge looks like about an 8 iron. Now look at the flex in this shaft. That's a lot of power. But he just cuts through it like butter. Extended follow through, very, very beautiful. There's a lot of things that are reminiscent to me of Ben Hogan's golf swing, especially his long drive swing if you're familiar with that. As we can see, John blasted over the chasm here at 18 on Pebble Beach. We see all the hallmarks of what I'm working on in my swing. A deep hand set, turning the back to the target, nice high hands, and an over-the-top swing motion so he can hit down on the ball. Absolutely remarkable. I think this is a pretty iron swing. Once again, the smooth power is evident. That ball takes off like a bullet. Now, I love this swing. Let's take a look at this swing from the front here. Now I'm going to point out that he's got the flared left foot, just like Ben Hogan. He's got a very strong left-hand grip. And he's going to have the club turn inside. He's going to rotate his left arm inwards. Now, a lot of people are talking about swinging wide for power. People would look at John Daly and say, he's not swinging wide, whereas I say he's fully extended, okay? It may look from the front like he's narrow, but it's foolish to say that he doesn't have width and power. Trying to analyze golf swings in 2 dimensions causes quite the conundrum because he's got more power than he knows what to do with. So swinging wide away from the target is garbage, in my opinion. Look at JD return this club screaming square at 120 miles an hour. That impact is as good as you're ever going to see. Once again, very reminiscent of Ben Hogan. And full extension down the target line. So beautiful, so balanced. Now, I thought this swing was interesting just because I've never seen JD so skinny. I mean, he looks like he's skinnier than when he won the PGA. Here's an old school bomber. Now I'm going to make the point here. I want to run this back because let's look at his left heel. As he begins to lift, look at the height of that left heel. That is all the weight is off of that foot. That is Nicklaus-like. And it does not hit the ground until he's well into his transition. Just an amazing, amazing golf swing. Here's another one. Guys, lifting the left heel is going to help you coil. It's going to get you more power. Now, I like this swing. I want to show it for a specific reason, that this waggle, okay, this is one of Ben Hogan's 8 fundamentals, okay? Now, notice he keeps his left thumb off the club. He is not gripping with that left thumb. Remember the swing wreckers that Ben Hogan talked about. He didn't want to pinch his right thumb and forefinger. And Jackie Burke tells that story about Mr. Hogan. He asked him, did you leave those fingers off the club today? And he said they never left the driving range. So there's a lot of Hogan in John Daly's golf swing. Now here's one where we can specifically see that that left thumb is not on the golf club. It's really, really not necessary in a lot of ways. You know, we're pulling it back with the fingers. Now this is another thing I think is important to point out. Daly's right arm is internally rotated, okay? I had the suspicion, like he gets into the quarterback position at the top so nicely. Right here, his elbows are so tied together. Again, you know, like Hogan's book. But right here, we see what I call the quarterback position, where he's got that right elbow back. He's not just letting the right elbow fly, it's just he's turned so far. But here we're going to see that right elbow come back in an internal rotation. And that's going to allow him to keep that right elbow by his right hip turned through the ball and just hit it dead square. That's totally, totally cool. All right, now let's get down to brass tacks here. In our first stop position, P2, we see the hands are deep inside. We've got a dot. We're going to see one of the prettiest half moon backswings you're ever going to see. Just gorgeous. If he stopped here, he would have a conventional, amazing high hands like Davis Love looking golf swing. But Daly goes long driver. He's the longest before his time. People were freaking out. And as we see, he makes his transition. He is over the backswing plane, planted and ready to throw down so hard into this golf ball. Boom! I can't imagine what John Daly would have done with the modern equipment. He was the first driver to average over 300 yards on the PGA Tour. He led the tour in driving distance 10 times. He is the man. And anyone who's a two-time major winner is no fluke. Here's to you, John Daly. Thank you for everything you've done for the game of golf. I hope you play great for many years to come, and I hope I get to work with you one day, and I hope you hit them long and hit them straight. Do you think you picked up some yardage since we've been working on this stuff?
On the driver, at least 50 to 60 yards.
It's dynamite.
It's crazy.
I want you to swing over the top. You heard me. Now hear me out.
My swing is feeling effortless with power.
Don't try to rebuild your swing if you're over the top. Learn to use it to your advantage.
What do you notice about it?
It's just easy. It's just easy. I don't have a whole bunch of thoughts, just one. Just come inside, hit down.
Dropping it under causes pushes and hooks, and it almost ruined my back. When I started my swing evolution, I was a terrible golfer. Today, my channel has over 25 million views, and I even got to swing as Ben Hogan on the Golf Channel. Click the link below to experience your very own miracle.
Transform your game at myswingevolution.com.